I'd rather keep it real with ya.
So I wanted to rant real quick about polyamory. I know. I'm still going. I'm tired, but I'm still going because I want to rant about this, and I want my polyamorous or polyam people to come in the comments because I'm confused, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I've been supportive of polyamory for a few years now, since I've discovered what it was, because of the fact that one, polygamy just don't seem right. It seems like something that was created by men so that they can have sex with a bunch of different women and just, like, I don't know, own women's bodies. I don't know what the fuck, but it's like, you know what I mean when I say polygamy. You seen the shows and everything where they're like grooming kids and trying to have like 50 wives and have as many kids as possible, and sleeping with all these different women but not taking care of them, or their kids had women on food stamps, like doing all that stuff, and the women are like married to him, but he's married to multiple women and he can do whatever he wants, but the women can only be with him. All of that's wrong. I don't like that. I felt like polyamory was the better alternative to that, because I don't think that monogamy has to be like the only option for people. I do feel like that you can love more than one person, and you can be in a relationship with one person, and then you can be in a relationship with another person, and you can love them equally. Or you can love two people who also love each other, and it just seemed more freeing, more progressive, more accepting, more equal, right? And then I'm in an ace group, so I'm not in a polyamorous group, but I occasionally come across some polyamorous memes. I have some polyam friends on Facebook, and it's this woman, and she's in the ace group, one of the singles groups, which, if you saw my video about dating, again, you ain't single. You got a man and you're in the single group. But she's in the single group. She says, yeah, I got a man, but I'm polyamorous, and so I'm looking for another partner. And just so you know, like, yeah, we're polyamorous, but it's a hierarchy. So my man will always come before you. He will always be more important than you. He would always be the most important person. But I'm gonna love you too, but I'm with him first. And I was like, what? So you in an open relationship then? Like, you're just allowed to see other people? And first of all, I was not sure about her intentions at all, because I'm like, you asexual, you're in this group, like, what are you looking for? And she didn't say anything that led us to believe that she was looking for sex or anything. Like, what are you looking for if you're not gonna have someone who's like equal in the relationship? Like, do you want a pet? Do you need to go on one of the BDSM groups and like bring someone in that wants to be the pet? Like, what is happening here? And I was so lost and confused and frustrated, because I had never, like, from all of what my polyam friends have like said about their relationships and what they've shared, I've never seen anything where it's been like, yeah, it's the three of us, but first it's me and Bob and then it's me and Janet, and Bob and Janet ain't together, and Janet doesn't have any relationships outside of our relationship, but it's me and Bob, and then it's me and Janet. I've never seen something that looked like that, and I was very confused, and I was like, what's happening in the polyamorous community? What is going on over there? Because I had the situation that I have not talked about before, but I'm talking about it now, because I was like, technically I was in like a QPR for like 2 weeks. And I know I haven't said anything about I didn't say anything about Valentine's Day when it came by. Honestly, I'd be forgetting that it's a holiday at all. But basically, looking back, this person approached me right after Valentine's Day, asking to be in a QPR with me. We talked a bit. We had a lot of the similar interests. We vibed. And I was like, oh, someone wants to be in a relationship with me? Cool. Nobody's ever said that before. So I was like super excited about just being picked, I guess. I don't know. And I went to my therapist and I was like telling them about it, and they were like, well, you need to slow down. Like, you don't just jump in a relationship. You gotta like date and do all of that first. And I was like, oh, you're right. Like, thanks for ruining my mood. But I was like, you're right. I gotta slow it down. And so then I forgot to be like, happy Sunday. I don't care no more. But then they were still out there, you know, like after we decided to be together, they were still out there in all the groups that I was also in, you know, chatting with people in the comments and like flirting with them and everything. And then came to me and said, hey, is it okay if our relationship is polyamorous? And I was like, yeah, sure, I don't mind that. I got nothing against polyamorous relationships. And it was like, cool, because this other person started talking to me and they want to be with me too. And I was like, okay. And then I went to my therapist. I gotta love my trauma therapist, because like she don't be like a part of, you know, all of these like the queer community and like everything that be going on in these communities, but she just be so supportive and like educating herself. And so she told me straight up, she was like, wait a minute, they with you, but and then they're also with that other person, but you're not with them, and that person's not a part of y'all's relationship. And I was like, yeah, right. And they were like, so is that a polyamorous relationship, or do you just have an open relationship? And I was like, well, now that I think about it, yeah, I guess it's just the open, yeah, because it's like we're together, but they can still talk to other people. That's just an open relationship. It's not a polyamorous relationship where if something happened, like if there was a big life change, that all three of us would get together, like move in together and all that stuff. Like, that's not something that I would see happening. Also, I just started talking to this person. The relationship just started a few days ago. I don't even know that other person that they're talking to. So yeah, it's not polyamory. Why'd they call it polyamory? I don't fucking know. And then when I talked to them about it, and I told them that I wanted us to slow down and like date before we started, like, because they was trying to like post on Facebook. They was trying to like add me on Facebook as they girlfriend and shit, and like making videos. And I was like, wait. You gotta slow all that down, ma'am. Like, my family's on here, and I am not comfortable claiming someone publicly like that I've known for less than a week at this point. No, we're not doing that. We need to slow down. We need to date first. We need to get to know each other better and be comfortable with each other. Like, I need to see you in person. You know what I mean? Like this, I'm not jumping into stuff like that. And my therapist was like, yeah, don't jump into stuff like that. Like, what are they doing? And the person, they didn't say anything to me, but I guess they mentally dumped me. Because they started going into the groups, the same groups that we were in. I was also in these groups. I saw their comments saying that they were no longer in a relationship, because they went from telling people after I accepted to be with them that they were in a QPR. And then after I told them that I wanted to slow down and date, they stopped talking to me, and then were in the same comments. So, you know, I'm getting messages that they're commenting on the same comments saying, I'm no longer in a QPR. I'm open to be with you. Da 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 da. And then I was like, what's happening? Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Like, I thought that we were at least going to try dating. And then come to find out that they were like, they're very immature and they didn't understand what dating was. So they assumed that when I said I wanted to slow down and just date, that I wanted to break up and not talk to them ever again. And I was like explaining to them that that's not what that means. And they were like, oh, well, then we can get back together. And I was like, no, like, what is it? You threw me away way too fucking quick for this. And I was just like, I don't want to be with somebody who, if I make you upset, you ignore me and just start acting like you single again and we don't talk. And you know what I mean? Like, that just didn't feel right to me. I don't want to have to chase somebody. I don't want to like constantly deal with someone who won't tell me what's going on or what they're feeling. So no, I don't want to try to date you anymore. I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore, because you've already proven to me in this short period of time that you are not mature enough to even understand what a relationship is. And then they got really, really upset. And I was like, I understand you're upset. You know, I'm willing to just be friends, but I don't want to, you know, be in a relationship again. And then I was like, you know what I think about it? I was like, what did you even want out of this relationship? Like, for you to be acting like this? And they didn't fully say it, but looking back, I understand. Valentine's Day happened. They felt some type of way for being single, so they went to find somebody to be with so that they wouldn't feel those feelings that single people feel on Valentine's Day. That's really what it was. You wasn't really interested in me. You just wanted to be with somebody. And so after me telling them, like, I don't want to be in a relationship, but I'm cool with being your friend, they were like, okay. And then they came back later and was like, I can't be your friend. I'm going to block you now. And I was like, bye. Bye. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Sorry, I went on that little tangent about that. But that was my first time, like, somebody trying to be in a polyamorous relationship with me, or saying that they were in a polyamorous relationship, but it really wasn't. And I'm starting to wonder if there are people who are claiming that they are in polyamorous relationships, but they're not. They're just in open relationships. Like, if you want to be somebody who's with someone and then you date a bunch of other people, or you sleep around a bunch of other people, go do that. That's fine. You don't have to be monogamous. But don't claim it's polyamory, because how do you think, going back to the woman in the beginning, how do you think somebody would feel coming into a relationship with you and then you telling them that they are always going to be less than your current partner? That's not your boyfriend or girlfriend. That's your side dude. Like, just tell them you need a side dude. Like, just tell them, like, hey, you my side piece. You give me flowers on Valentine's Day. You give me gifts, but you can't move in. And, you know, my man knows about you, but don't try to be his friend, because he's more important than you. He's above you. Like, I would feel like shit to be with somebody and then them just be like, but you will never be equal to my current partner. I don't know a single person, polyamorous or not, who's wanted to be in a relationship where they were less than somebody. You know, if you're two people who decide to be together and you're equal. If you're three people who decide to be together and you're all equal. If there's some type of situation where it's one person and it's their partner, and then you're like a third wheel or whatever, I'm thinking that's more polygamy. From what I've been seeing of the polygamists, at least in the media, that seems to be what they're doing. Like, this is the first wife, the most important wife. And then this is the second wife. She's not with the first wife. She's just with me. And then she understands that she is the second wife. And that's her role, and that's her place, and that's what she does. And then they raise the kids and all stuff. That's what it sounds more like to me. I think y'all getting that shit confused, because I just feel like polyamory should be equal. I don't know why that person even thought to make, like, what. And honestly, like, and when you think about too about the asexual community, you also think about the fact that where you could also just have friends. You could have friends that you love and you care about and that are important in your life, without them having to be your romantic partner. Like, are y'all all gonna get married? Like, are you gonna live together? Where does this go for you to say that it's a polyamorous relationship, but the other person is more important? So, like, I'm guessing that she's gonna marry her current partner at some point, and then you're just gonna be best man, bridesmaid at the wedding. You know what I mean? You're always gonna be on the side. So just tell this person, like, hey, I'm looking for a side nigga. Like, but I'm gonna leave it at that, because I just wanted to rant about that real quick. And talk about that little situation that I was in that was kind of like weird and frustrating. And it's frustrating because I've not been in a relationship before, so I was super excited to be in one. And it just so happened that that person that approached me about that was like not the person that I should have ever been talking to, because they were fucking immature, and that made me upset. I was still nice to them afterwards, but I was like, you can go. That's fine. You can block me. I don't care. But I'm leaving it at that. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. I really need some polyamorous people to explain to me this whole hierarchical polyamory, and how that is polyamory and not polygamy, and not an open relationship, and not you just having a side dude. Like, please explain that to me, because I'm lost. And I feel bad for people who would want to be in those type of relationships, because you will never be equal. And so there's always going to be insecurity and jealousy, which is upsetting. But tell me what you think down in the comments. Appreciate the support from everybody. I love you guys. Take care of yourself, because you deserve it. I will see you in the next video. Bye.